It should work, is the hypothesis of this video. But that's why I'm here, because there's so many variables that a human being can understand. Not saying that you can't, you can't observe something and tell. But also, Ayaka's been nerfed since a while ago. Not that that's anything new if you've been staying with World of Horror. It's just, well, when you're doing Commoner Ayaka, and we're gonna stick with YGOTHAEG and with character-specific perks. If you're on all perks, just forget about. Well, actually, I mean, again, the flip side of all perks is that you get every perk. But with Ayaka, I mean, so I was thinking about it a bit. I was doing this video mostly because I was interested in myself. So let's see what happens. So what's gonna happen as I kind of look at this, but this doesn't really matter as much. It's more just consistency-wise, because the alternative is like grabbing a weapon or not grabbing a weapon and running. Whereas Toshiaki can do that, especially on YGOTHAEG. If we're on Kotak, it changes a bit, but does it really? Anywho, but yeah, on YGOTHAEG specifically, and Ayaka's perks cost 15% Doom instead of 10, so it's not like you can go fishing for 2 perks. You really want one, and in my mind, that would be Blood Mania, but we'll see. Let's work under for now, the assumption that we can just take any perk with, any of Ayaka's perks, specifically. Because again, I'm interested to see, but I really think it should be Blood Mania. That's more than possible. Because if it's not Blood Mania, my damage doesn't increase. But, you know, let's just play around with it for now. I also, for some reason, did not look at anything. Also, yeah, you do want to forget curses still, because if you die because of curses, that's just on me. But for now, let's start, let's start fishing. So, because again, it's not just Ayaka's perks you roll, you can roll the generic perks as well, which I think there's like 5 of them. Dexterity, Perception, Knowledge, Charisma, and Luck. On top of Ayaka's 3, so there is a, pretty much a 50-50 shot you don't find the... No, not 50-50 shot. I think it's worse than that, right? Because if you're trying to find one perk of 8 and you miss it 3 times, let's just say it takes you 3 times. I'm gonna police station, by the way. Yeah, so downtown was max threat level. School is probably, if school is max, so be it. But if we have Vigil as well, I may have to think about it. I forgot, I didn't actually do a thing. Also, do I do this then? I'm pretty sure I need a weapon, right? Also, what is, because I need to make sure, the threshold. Yeah, it's not, we don't have it yet. I think you need at least 3 for 1 point of, 1 stat point. Which in this case, if this is going to be how it is, I need to let go of Branded. That's going to be too... Well, you know what? No, let's play. Let's play. Let's play. Unless I'm going to actually die. That said, do you still get a weapon here? I don't think you get a weapon here. That's way too much Doom, right? Well, let's find out. Because if you don't have Blood Mania, I think you do need a weapon still. Otherwise, what are the stats for? Aside from passing events, yes, we can talk... There's a whole host of things I can talk about, but... Man, is this not great. Yeah, we pretty much monument immediately, don't we? Nope. I did not Doom for funds. Not that that was any better, but, well, I guess we were playing with 33% Doom. I thought it was gonna be, well, 66% chance of, that. But, I mean, I got Eldritch Possession first, so let's find out. Also, I want to do at least 3 runs during this video, so let's find out. Let's find out. Unless I already made a mistake, then you probably are either watching this video in despair of what I am messing up. Again, not in I would like to hear Ayaka advice. I mean, I've heard a few people say things here and there, and, talk with people here and there, but, I don't know, it just doesn't work for me. I usually do test run. That's why, if you saw my discussions page, I do like test runs of several videos before I even try them to see like how feasible it is. Otherwise, I might just come up with a formal video, but yeah, I think, yeah, not being able to one-shot this is, or two-shot this, sorry, is not great. Also, with Blood Mania, you can eventually brace into a 5 damage kick. It is nice, guaranteed. Is it guaranteed? I don't think it's guaranteed. Because again, I was testing it. I don't remember. There's been like a span of time when I stopped to do something. Anywho, let's hope we hit this, because otherwise, this, sure. We might as well brace again. Next turn we're getting out anyway, so yeah. This is just bad luck, though. This is less the strat, because the alternative is that you have a weapon and you don't have Blood Mania, Eldritch Possession, or Doom Effigy, so you don't have any Ayaka's perks, so that's even worse in my opinion. I should have also there's no point. That's a reason. 12 roll on luck, by the way. Again, the alternative is carrying a weapon with no Ayaka perks on commoner. So I mean, it's not like you have much of a choice. Because you can either go without any Ayaka perks, which is the worst, even worse than Toshiaki in my opinion, or you plan to run all game. But again, that's not as feasible as Ayaka, because she doesn't have any inherent Doom decrease aside from her perk, which is kind of the flip-flop Schrodinger's cat of this situation. Also, I should check this. Footage, festival, ramen, and mermaids. Guess I footage now. Double branded, so now it's absolutely pointless. Well, not absolutely pointless, but if I keep all these curses, I can get another stat point. Again, some people say Blood. I mean, and I've seen people play Ayaka on Harbinger, so it's like, yeah, I do agree. If you use Blood Mania, this strat should work. If you're looking for any Ayaka perk, I don't think it works anymore because, well. You need Blood Mania. We're really talking about Blood Mania. And even, again, this is keeping in mind that Ayaka's been nerfed. A small amount. Just like how Toshiaki's been nerfed. But, yeah, I feel like it's a lot bigger. It's a lot worse for Ayaka than it is for Toshiaki. Not saying that any of them are bad. Again, they're still in the top 3 characters of World of War right now still, in my opinion. Ayako being top, depending on who you ask. Well, Ayaka is, to me, is second, and then Toshiaki's first. Just in a vacuum of runs on Harbinger, I feel like I have more success as Toshiaki, but I wouldn't argue with anyone who says that Aiko is definitely on top because of how friendly she is. The only part of Aiko I don't really, I guess, agree with. Do I take this fight, by the way? Because if I run this, man, I think he's draining HP too, which is not great. Can we throw this, by the way? Does this do damage? It does. And then hopefully we hit this, so I don't have to, I don't have to gamble on the next. I don't think I can even get a prep attack. Anywho, with desperate action. Let's keep going, moving on. Yeah, so Aiko, there's a reason, I can't remember what it was right now, but I swear, I know I've talked about it before, why I don't like, why I like Toshiaki more than Aiko, for me. Again, this is all subjective. We gotta remember this is a thing. Or, I say it's a thing. The reason why I say it's a thing, because it's very likely that you don't get the perk you want, and then you spend an extra 6 Doom. Thankfully, History Club is not. I'm being very lenient, by the way, in saying that you get Blood Mania within 2 or 3, because the odds of that are. I mean, I don't want to say 50-50. There's probably not in your favor, but let's assume you get it close enough. Oh my goodness, was that brain damage? Well, that's 2. Why do I feel like? Anywho. Because I really had 7 knowledge. Well, I guess we're a lot worse now. Keeping in mind that Ayaka was indirectly nerfed now, as opposed to, like, in the past when I was messing around with Commoner. Yeah, Ayaka's been indirectly nerfed because curses are overall a lot more dangerous. If you have more stacks of Suicidal or Paranoia, then it's gonna be a lot more painful. Fearful, masochistic. Isn't that basically lose 1 reason, gain 1 reason, and lose 2 max reason? Man. So yeah, this is the part of Ayaka I really don't like. But again, this is outside of the strat you should be doing on Commoner Ayaka. Or with Ayaka on Commoner, and it depends on Old God. But I want to I want to try to control as many variables as possible. That's why I'm gonna keep doing YGOTHAEG this video, and maybe we turn this into a mini series as I do more, and people tell me what I can or cannot do differently. But yeah, Ayaka, the RNG of curses for me for Ayaka is not great. Again, realistically speaking, I also we're at 71% Doom, so that maybe not getting a weapon. Yeah, again, so The thing is, it has to be Blood Mania, right? It has to be Blood Mania. I'm just gonna switch immediately. I'm not gonna do a whole video just taking any Ayaka perks. I think that's a mistake. Some people have told me to try to do that. I think you need Blood Mania, for a commoner Ayaka. There's like, it's almost non-negotiable. The good news is that when you use History Club, you can also roll for spells, so if you see Ghostly Spear or Mind Drain, and you don't see Ayaka's perk, you can take that instead. And this as well. Oh my goodness, Mangled Hand. Again, this is outside of the thing. This is not like... You know, if I were someone more ignorant, I'd be like, oh, look, it's so bad. I mean, again, I've already stated the general thesis statement of what I'm testing out should still be solid. It's just that when I play Ayaka in general, I'm probably going to die to the RNG, but that doesn't change the fact that you should History Club. Also, oof for anyone who doesn't have History Club unlocked, by the way, but the assumption is that you should have like most things, if not every achievement. Therefore, every single unlocked item, perk, or item, a status, you know, all of that stuff, sublocations, before you play on Harbinger. I did a Japanese-only stream on Harbinger with no achievements. That was very painful. No prepare, no monument. It was not great, and no History Club. But did I ever grab the handcuffs? I thought I did. Masochistic branded again. I mean, branded right now is thankfully doesn't stack, I don't think, right? But I think I'm gonna die to Doom regardless. And even if so let's even say, oh, even if you know, say like, well, you messed up on Monument, you should have gotten funds. Like, let's assume I got 9% Doom off. I'd be at 72% Doom now. Maybe I survive, but let's keep that in mind as we continue forward. Also, let's remove -2 Doom because I forgot to grab these handcuffs. But you get what I mean. Like, this... If nothing else, like, yeah, I agree. It's definitely overall. You should be doing History Club with every character, really, because if you don't get to level up, you need some perks with some characters, just straight up. On the other hand, for Ayaka specifically, you need Blood Mania. You need Blood Mania. These extra, again, if I would have more. I would have more issue if it was just like pick anyone, which is not what most people recommend, by the way. Again, you want to eventually move towards Blood Mania because this stat increase is nice and her perks are good. It's just not enough. And if you have to choose, but yeah, I'm just gonna die there. But yeah, if you have to choose between any of Ayaka's perks, it's Blood Mania. So I'm not going to. It's very evident. All right, I'm not going to torture myself anymore. Also, no, I'm not gonna say. I was gonna say something else, but that has nothing to do. Less to do. Anywho. So yeah, mystery RNG inside, event RNG aside, the strat is very stable. It just needs to be Blood Mania, but we'll test it out. Let's see how successful I am with it. Again, I don't doubt it is. This is more just kind of at minimum for myself to because I was interested in it. So we have both seconds and every single stamina check for stats. And let's see. Yeah, and if I didn't already say it, keeping in mind that Ayaka's perks cost 15% Doom, for good reason, but just keeping that in mind. Was that a nerf ever since the 9.92 release? I feel like that was changed between A and F, but F3, but anywho. Hell, Mermaids, Ramen, Festival, Ward this time. But again, Ward is less of a problem when we have the thing. And Mind Wipe thankfully doesn't affect us as much, but that's one curse out of the plethora of curses that are quite bad for me. So, oh, yeah, this is... Yeah, not Eldritch Possession, literally just Blood Mania. Although we will pick up Mind Drain when we see it. The problem is that we have to get the thing, and again, this is a bit of subjective for me, but again, realistically speaking, you should get it in a good amount of time. Even with 30% Doom, it's not the game is not impossible. I have seen it multiple times for myself and others on Harbinger, but yeah, with this, I don't have to get a weapon, so my Doom should be a lot lower. I don't really mind that because, well, we're gonna visit the monument once anyway. And if it asks for funds, I mean, you're gonna use Monument at least once, minimum, I say. Pretty much 95% of the time. Again, I'm pulling some of these numbers out of thin air. But when I'm talking about this specific strategy, really? Wait, where does that come from? Oh, in Smasu Look. So yeah, in this one specifically, again, the beginning mysteries are still troublesome. You want to get to your, I think, third mystery, really. But second mystery, it becomes a bit more workable. It's just that until your third mystery, you're still in danger of certain encounters. Encounters that it would matter if you were Ayaka, as opposed to most other characters. Also, I'm about to die to frostbite, but again, that's I can separate that from. I can separate that from. Hold on, let me do this for a second. Yeah, you can immediately kick 90-80, which is nice here. This is part of what I have a problem with, and if the advice from here on is to get a weapon, like I don't think getting a weapon after even getting Blood Mania is very, that's a lot of doom, especially on YGOTHAEG specifically. If it was on like GOTHAEG, maybe you can kind of excuse it. Also, my kick RNG, again, we'll exclude kick RNG because that's overall it's going to be on your side. You maybe take like 2 or 3 extra attacks, realistically speaking, but but yeah, I can exclude all of the RNG during the run, and enemies like Rumu Ghost are going to be a problem for everyone, where I think Blood Mania doesn't help. If it does, then that's actually a plus, but you get what I mean. And keeping in mind that at this point in time, Ayaka's perks were all somewhat nerfed, I think. So yeah. Unfortunately, though, 5 damage, that's... Can I brace into anything? I don't think it really helps me here. Yeah, because Dalmatron is really not fun for anyone, too. So, again, I can separate this encounter from... There's a lot of bad mansion encounters, for me anyway, in my opinion. We can kick 80, which is better than 90-80 in my opinion. Well, anywho, does this help me at all? Because I get 10 damage next turn. But this only does thing. I have to Mind Drain, don't I? I might just Mind Drain twice, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna Mind Drain twice. While we're not topped off, I might as well. And I can brace this turn, right? Oh, no, I can't. Well, that's right. My strength is at 1. Well, that was just unfortunate. And I can't do 4 kicks yet. I know that for sure. I'm not gonna Mind Drain again, though. That's a bit too much for me, so, yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. We get out in 2 turns guaranteed. That's the important part. Unfortunately, I didn't really shorten the length of time. Did I say that correct? Anywho. Let's get out of this matching. So, again, 30% going into my second mystery isn't the worst thing in the world. Thankfully, we don't have a strength decrease in curse. Otherwise, I'd be very scared right now. But we're not, so there is no curse like that. So let's go. And if I'm forgetting, well, so be it. Actually, let's visit Ward. The bad part about Blood Mania is that, well, on Commoner Ayaka is that you don't have Eldritch Possession, so you can die to curses stacking on stats. That being said, I would rather have Blood Mania than that, because you can at least control which curses you can remove. Eldritch Possession, you can't. You're not going to get any damage help and time save help in the thing. Also, I might as well sell this because otherwise, out of funds, and that's not great. Frostbite into Hasty Aid, but I needed it, so away we go. Yeah, so it also depends on your mystery loadout, but at that point after that, I don't know. But if we're talking about the best strat, yeah, probably History Club. Again, I'm not going to argue that. It's do I get rid of bread? No. I think we try to play with it. But oof. Yeah, we go for this. It's in our favor to go for this. We at least get a chance to one-shot at a good chance. If not, we have a good chance of 2-turning. Hence why Blood Mania. And it must be Blood Mania. But this is opposite to what I've said before. Where I said before, where if you're relying on one perk, but if you're on history, again, it's not like you have a better choice, is what I'm trying to say. Also, don't I have handcuffs somewhere? Did I store them? What did I do to them? We might be able to fight our friend. That's another of Ayaka's actual big changes. What happened to the handcuffs? Oh, I didn't get them this run. Well, either way, I should be able to one-shot, well, 2-shot this guy. But yeah, it's not like you have any better option. Overall, though, I still would hate an Ayaka run, but this definitely improves their odds. And again, I really only bring this up because, again, I was interested in testing it myself. Because, again, you don't always have the, you know, at least I don't. I'm not someone who can look at things and tell in one shot. I mean, sometimes I can, but in this case, not really. So, yeah, we get to at least prep kick for 12 damage. And yeah, at this threshold, when you can do 12 damage a turn, without bracing, that's already good enough. I understand why people just go full out damage because it makes sense number wise. But after that, this is less than out of fun, so we're gonna do that. Unless there's something else I'm doing. Again, general me things aside, it's still worth 12 damage. Can I do anything better? If I want to do this, kick 90-80. Or kick 90-90? Can I do that? I can. Kick 90, sorry. So there's an 81% chance. If I brace, I don't really get much more. So next turn I can Desperate Action anyway. Does that do anything for me? Otherwise, on average, I have an 81% chance of at least hitting one kick here. So, yeah, there's no reason I shouldn't do that. But yeah. And I think Doom Effigy does not pay itself off. Or if it does, barely, then... But you have to keep every single curse. And again, for Doom Effigy specifically, it's not as great for me. Because again, you... it's not great. Maybe it is. Again, someone can tell me number-wise. But again, at that point, you have at least 30% Doom minimum because 2 Ayaka perks. So I don't think that's the way to go. I think you can only... Well, not only, but... It would behoove you to only take 1 Ayaka perk from the History Club during a commoner run, in my opinion. If you can do better than that, then sure, but again, I don't really like Ayaka for myself anyway. So yeah. So let's just take the recent hit here. Thankfully, our Doom is actually stabilizing somewhat until, you know, this happens, but again, that's outside of things. Again, if it can happen to most, if not all, characters in general, I don't really put it against this strategy in general. We get 16 damage here, so we'll do that. And yeah, realistically speaking, you're usually not going to die to curses. It just happens to me, which is again not affecting the strategy, but it does lower my opinion of Ayaka for myself. Again, theoretically speaking and math-wise, for most people, Ayaka is one of the best characters. That's why I never argue with that. But for me, if your RNG is bad, she's not as good a character. So, not saying that she's bad again. She's still in top 3, but anywho. Also, yeah, there are certain encounters like this one where you don't get anything, but it's not like she needs a Spire. Well, actually, no, she does. In this specific instance, she probably does. But, anywho, and we're also excluding Mind Drain because you're not always going to get Mind Drain or Ghostly Spear. Those are the 2 I'm mainly looking at in the History Club. But I need to heal stamina here, by the way. And into Ramen or Mermaids? Ooh, Mermaids, just in case I want to burn the school down. Suicidal Holes, double holes. Yeah, this is not great. 71% Doom. Again, this is not against the strategy, but Commoner Ayaka is already bad enough already. That thankfully gives you some leeway. How unfortunately, it puts her closer to death, which means if I get flashbacks, I immediately die. Do I get rid of this then? It costs... Yeah, I think I have to, right? Overall, it's... Yeah, stamina in this, but that's, again, that's worth it. Because if I get flashbacks... Basically, if I put into... if my stats get low enough where there's flashbacks, by the way... So, I don't like this. I don't like Ayaka. Actually, I think we get rid of flashbacks too, right? Yeah. So yeah, we get branded on. Well, no, yeah, anywho. So you have to get rid of, like, that's too scary for me. Even with only one mystery left, so that means 2 more random curses, barring events. Assuming you only have 2 curses left, the chance of you getting double flashback or getting your second flashbacks isn't high, admittedly. But oh, is it ever a scary? If it's not 15%, it's probably close to 15%. But probably like really 8% chance. But you know, so I think this is our best action. No, we can do, yeah, double kick 90 to at least guarantee 2 kicks. If we get panic, that changes things a bit, but thankfully we can still gamble. So even Blood Mania, because again, you don't take into account that yeah, you know, you're still getting hit by events and stuff. Also, I think we need to fight this guy. And we hope. Do we hope? Do we just throw our hands up in the air? That's 72, 60, 58. Yeah, this is like a 50-50 shot. I'm gonna brace. We're not gonna abuse the numbers like that, so I'm gonna do this. And then we're gonna hope next turn we do this. Cut arm sinew, by the way. That actually hurt me a lot. Man. Do we at least get to do this? Oh my goodness. Kick 90-80, here we go. Again, the overall it seems like our thesis statement still works out. It's just that Ayaka on Commoner is a bad experience regardless, but I mean, it's not like much changes aside from my accuracy, but if I'm only doing kicks, that doesn't really matter. Because your accuracy is fixed with kick, minus any Blood Moon panic shenanigans. But also, I never got panic too. That's something to think about. But even if you don't have panic, you could argue prep kick is good enough, and it is. It's just that again, this extra doom here, that you lose like 3 rests minimum. Where I'm being very lenient and assuming you get 3 rests. Let's say you only get 2. But also we're on YGOTHAEG, so. Again, the the alt... What, really? I had to take it there. I was not going to go to 0 funds, but this ends up killing me too, so, yeah, and at this point, here you can also say Witch's Tree, but, again, when you're taking 15%, minimum from History Club, that's being very lenient, by the way, assuming you History Club immediately into Blood Mania in this case, but, yeah, if you want to use Witch's Tree on top of that, it's like... But you can't take Doom Effigy either, because otherwise you're useless in encounters, so... It's hard, but again, that doesn't change the overall, again, the hypothesis, thesis statement, whatever you want to say of this video, that is, and yeah, I have Mind Drain, but... I was dying to the events anyway, it wasn't like that, and again, that doesn't change the fact that History Club is probably the way to go, because you don't have any better option. Unless you don't have History Club unlocked, then just die, I guess. But, yeah, we'll do one more run. Why not? So, there won't be any end screen here. I'm just gonna immediately, you know, I'll give you the end stuff that happens at the end of a video on this platform, and we'll move on. That way, like, maybe, again, I'll do another video if someone gives me better, like, not better advice, but ways to play Ayaka, because again, I don't really like playing Ayaka, so I don't really choose her, basically. There are a lot of characters in this game now, so actually, you know, focusing on the strats for one character with all god and backstory combinations is a thing. Yeah, you can argue against that as well and say, like, in general, you might be doing certain things. I also lost my notes immediately, so RG looking good already, but yeah, like with most characters, you like, oh, just enable hardware store, and if you have prepare for funds, and then get a weapon. But, again, that's not always... Oh, that's right. What am I doing? I'm on Commoner. I'm not going to get Outdoorsman. Bulletin, Kana, Ramen, Arms, Scissors. But, again, that's not saying you can't survive on Commoner Ayaka, especially if you get Kana combination. I'm just saying, again, when I think about strats, I look at all the characters and where it really changes for them, and that's kind of, again, that's not my... Oh, why did I get that? Well, I guess we're gonna do Blood Mania, not Doom Effigy. Flesh Regrowth is okay too. Yeah, we're gonna Flesh Regrowth once. But we're really looking for Blood Mania. If we don't get Blood Mania, Memory Extract would have been nice as well, but we're spending too much Doom already, so yeah. Unless Doom Effigy really is the way to go, but I guess we'll see. Again, I'm trying to control most of my variables. The first run already let me know already that you can't just, at least not, in my opinion, not Eldritch Possession. That's a bit, and if your reasoning is actually because stats make it better for you in events, that's too much RNG that's too much RNG. That's where I say that's too much RNG. That being said, thankfully, I'm not taking 3 reason damage here, so this is a little bit safer. But again, that's Kana and Leslie's strategy. But so yeah, but Blood Mania already does a lot already, which is why I think with Commoner Ayaka, it's the go-to. If you're picking like Doom Effigy or Eldritch Possession instead, I don't know how you're doing it then. If you're succeeding, but I'd like to know. That way I can be more consistent. Again, most of the time when I'm looking at, strats to use as well, another point that I brought up again, but if you're looking at, I'm looking at a vacuum of Harbinger runs. And again, yeah, you would be right in saying you should History Club as Ayaka on Commoner. That, I think, is a more stable strategy than pretty much anything else you can think of doing, like an Escape Ayaka run, a normal quote-unquote run where you are... Oh, that's right, we're in Time Warper, by the way. So just do this, I guess. But, oh my goodness. Do we die? Do I have to run from this? I think I have to run from this. That's way too much. Yeah, we have to run from that. We want Kana, though. Yeah, if we had Kana, I could have actually fought that encounter, but again, not like having... Let's actually work some numbers right now. So you prep for Ayaka's Chalk, which I might as well equip while we're waiting here. So that's 5 Doom, and then let's assume you always get the Heavy Duty Flashlight. So that's 8 Doom, 13% Doom, and then you visit the hardware store. So that's 17% Doom, and you have a Heavy Duty Flashlight. However, you can't level up, and your stats won't increase because you can't level up. And even if you say get a rock ring and stuff like that, like it's 4 strength and 5 knowledge with a heavy duty flashlight, I don't know how you survive like that, unless you're rolling something else. Because most of the time when people bring up examples, they bring up examples like, oh, I survived with this strategy, and not including the fact, well, not including the fact that they had Mind Drain and or Ghostly Spear, or they eventually picked up a katana and replaced it. It's like that's not like, that doesn't mean the strategy works, all right? Like that just means you got lucky. Really, like objectively speaking, like can we all agree that's pretty objective? Anywho, we should police station for this, by the way. But police station you're gonna use anyway. I don't see situations in which you're never using police station. It's actually kind of hard for me to think about. So yeah, every time I roll this event, at least when I record, like 90% of the time, I fail. Well, I fail like almost every time, and then at 90% of the time, I get like cut artery or something. So it's like that's the reason I don't care anymore, and I just pick the left option, no matter what happens. Anywho, yeah, we kick. Can we do this now? Yeah, we can. So that's with things, right? I actually should Witch's Tree. But I'll save that for another. I guess I may do another Ayaka video because I'm trying to brainstorm here. All right. Because yeah, the curses that you get is probably it's probably worth it. It is probably worth it. Actually, let's just do it now. Let's do it now and grab spells. The big RNG. Like here, it doesn't. Actually, well, we'll get funds first, but spells here would help as well. Except I keep getting a Thotu Flame, but that's it. I mean, it could have been worse. I could have gotten, no, actually, the ones that you throw away and sometimes you lose experience is actually better. That being said, we still want to take funds while we're there, so... Yeah, maybe you prepare anyway, so yeah, minimum Ayaka starts with 20%, but that's better than the 17% you get for getting the heavy-duty flashlight, and then... That's all you have. As opposed to Blood Mania, where you keep scaling. Ayaka works as designed when you take Blood Mania, basically, on Commoner. So yeah, it is definitely the way to go. It's just that overall, the Ayaka experience on Commoner is still gonna be very bad. Whereas Aiko, yes, Fast Swimmer is nice, but you can also Fast Swimmer for that in the History Club, and it costs 5% less Doom, which means you have an extra rest or 2. So, yeah, we'll carry this just for the reason of having more inventory space, quote-unquote. But the 6 scissors now. Double Curse Sign, so I actually don't mind that. That does mean my flesh regrowth is a bit worse, but if we don't have to use it, that'd be fine. Also, it's worth it if I'm going to die to stamina. Anyway, we're on Timeline B, by the way. Clap, bow, 3 claps. I say 3 claps because I'm just going to monkey brain brute force, so if that doesn't already clue you into the, like, my general ability as a human being, then yeah. Anywho. Yeah, let's keep moving on. Actually, I think I would have preferred to be on Timeline A. I think I would have lost less stamina overall on Timeline A, but anywho. So yeah, being able to immediately 18 damage on demand. Yeah, I should have been treeing early. I don't know why I didn't do that. Not in I don't play Ayaka very often, even though she's one of the best characters. That said, it is up in the air because I choose quick play as well. But if we're testing this specific combination, again, Commoner Ayaka on Harbinger, random timeline, character specific perks on YGOTHAEG, then yes, the bare bones start is History Club into Blood Mania, because if you don't, you pretty much the beginning here matters because Ayaka is slow burn. If Ayaka cannot slow burn, just die. So clap bow, alternating clap bows is our ghost encounter in case we need to do so. I'm pretty sure the sever action isn't, but until we see, because that would actually be a plus point in Ayaka's favor. But Bulletin, Ramen. I should have actually taken Bulletin first. What did I take first? I don't even remember anymore. But if we reach the lighthouse with like 85% Doom, then I don't really mind. Because again, we're mainly testing the beginning strat out. It's what happens in between that's a bit of a thing. But the early game, you can already tell. So, anywho. We're dying, by the way. Not that I'm guaranteed to die. I'm just saying this is not looking great. 70% Doom. I really don't want to rest, but I may have no choice but to rest. We'll see. Maybe we heal Reason during events. Or maybe not. This is Doom, so let's just roll on this. I think that would have been Reason if I failed, but I have no choice. Also, can't visit the forest yet, so, because YGOTHAEG things. As much as I would like to have actually, I think I do. I think I do anyway. Do I do it anyway? No, I don't. So, we're gonna keep going. And yeah, at this point, yeah, you have to eat all the curses in the face. But again, that doesn't change whether or not you History Club first, or you do Heavy Duty Ayaka first, or do anything else. I don't remember which one. I don't remember Ayaka events. Curse removal added 10 experience. Is there really anything? Maybe Survivor's Guilt? No, not at this point. Doesn't matter anymore. Maybe Suicidal instead. Yeah, I guess Suicidal. That shouldn't affect me too much. So yeah, 1 or 2 curses you're probably going to remove. And if you're going to die to stat loss due to curses, you just have to. Also, YGOTHAEG keeps looking at the forest, but I have no choice now. I probably have like an investigation left, but... And, yeah, this is not great, so I have to drink this, and move on. But yeah, without further ado, again, I'm not... This is bad either way, but thankfully it didn't punish me too badly. I would rather carry... Since we're... Yeah. We really have to keep that with us, right? Let's equip the flashlight. For now. Did I do the... Oh, please tell me I did the side quest. Not that it matters too much. Well, yeah, we definitely died. We have 2 mysteries left. No monument uses, because otherwise I'm probably going to die to stamina or reason. Also, keeping in mind that Ayaka just face rolls into every single check of the lighthouse. So, yeah, we... Doesn't change the thesis statement. Also, I missed that many attacks, really. Yeah, we already did it, so all we have left is to investigate. YGOTHAEG keeps looking at us, and we pretty much die. So yeah, we do this, and again, if you have any other pieces of advice, let me know, and I'll try again. Because again, now I'm interested in this. more than me playing more Haru and Miku, because again, those are my two mains, quote unquote. Yeah, and with time, with that we die, but that's just bad RNG. So, it's farther than I would normally get, actually, unless it's not. But if it's not by a lot, oh, also double flashbacks, by the way. Anywho, so before we die, again, I don't doubt it's the way to go. I never would have argued that, and it's a mistake I probably made. I did make before, not using History Club on Commoner for Ayaka, but that's normally the case for every other character, and that was back then. Also, keeping in mind, again, Ayaka has been nerfed at this point, however small. If Blood Mania actually hasn't been nerfed, then again, I just don't like playing as Ayaka because it relies on Curse RNG in terms of overall survival. Now, does this mean History Club is bad? No, it's do it or pretty much die, most of the time, unless it's not. But then you'd be arguing against the, like, you know, I'd like to listen to your argument if that's the case. Otherwise, I guess I'll see you next time. I'm definitely doing another video on Ayaka Commoner, YGOTHAEG, and see you later.